32 pellets towards Jennifer and Todd. 8 of them were removed from his body. Jennifer's wounds to the abdomen were serious, but not life-threatening. The following day from her hospital bed, Jennifer spoke with investigators from the BCA. She explained how the violent dispute with her neighbors had begun. Years earlier, she said, they began to argue over deer.
You know what this is over? Because we feed deer.
Jennifer explained to the investigators that roughly 2 years earlier, in 2012, Neil had become frustrated about the corn left out to feed deer on their yard. That year, Neil circulated a letter to the neighborhood expressing his concerns. In it, he called Todd Mr. Corn and outlined the risks posed by deer carrying in Lyme disease spreading ticks into the suburb. Lyme disease is a serious illness. It is often transmitted from the bite of a tick carrying the bacteria. Even though birds, and not deer, are often the carriers of the infection, Neil Zumberg was certain his neighbor's selfish actions would be detrimental to the community's health. He was vindicated, apparently. Only months later, he blamed Todd and Jennifer when he claimed that both he and his dog had indeed contracted Lyme disease. The symptoms, fatigue, muscle pain, joint pain, headaches, and sometimes high temperatures, meant that he needed to take a step back at work. He was forced to decrease his hours. Then, he lost his job entirely. Neil placed the blame for his unemployment, poor health, and its suffering finances squarely on his neighbors. Neil's unemployment, from Jennifer's perspective, only escalated the tensions. Jennifer and Todd repeatedly accused Neil Zumberg of blowing an air horn to scare the deer feeding on their yard. Later that same year, dead and mutilated animals began appearing on their property. When Neil Zumberg was confronted by Jennifer about the animals, he threatened to kill her, she said. While talking with another neighbor about the deer, Neil reportedly stated that it would all be over soon.
On the other side of the pine trees where the deer feeders were, and that's where several deer lay dead one morning.
In response to the rising tensions, Jennifer and Todd did 2 things. First, they installed a series of security cameras on their property, which largely targeted the Zumberg house across the street.
Which is illegal as fuck.
Another captured their driveway to the side, and still another was angled towards the other side of the street approaching their home. Following the camera installation, there were no more animals left on their yard. The second step that Jennifer took was obtaining a harassment restraining order against Neil. He was not permitted to step foot on their property. Neil came to blame Jennifer for his continued failure to find work, because he now had a restraining order on file against him. On April 29th, 2014,
Don't be a fucking idiot, then
Jennifer
you get the
called
fucking
the
restraining order
and claimed that
Hey, we
Neil
just got
and
clue school,
Paula's
let's go.
son Jacob, now in his early 20s, had threatened to kill her. Jacob had
he's down
confronted
for a
Todd
clue
and
scroll?
Jennifer while out at a local restaurant. Jennifer recounted the incident to police.
My dad is dying of Lyme disease because of you. I said, Jake, he's not dying of Lyme disease. He's walking up and down the trail. He's healthier than I am. He walks his dog 3 times a day. So he started screaming and everything. And they kicked Jake out. And before Jake left, he came over and he shoved Tommy back and he came over and he said, I'm going to kill y'all and burn your house down.
Police told Jennifer at that time to call them if she saw Jacob so that they could arrest him. 1 week later, on May 5th, that is exactly what she did. Jennifer saw Jacob at a bar and called the police. Jacob was arrested. He was charged with making terroristic threats and 5th-degree assault.
5th-degree
I don't know how to
assault.
feel
What?
yet. It still ain't really sunk in yet. The
Bro, that
kid
guy's Fu
threatened
Manchu is
him
insane.
and to burn the house down. So then they called the police and had him arrested.
His brother, who was also at the bar, called their mother Paula to tell her about Jacob's arrest. When Jennifer returned home that evening, Paula was at home across the street. She was angry about her son's arrest, and she was waiting.
Paula, the wife started walking out. She said, he took my son in jail. I said, Paula, I said, let's talk it over. Todd heard her telling me off to me. You know, I said, Todd, go back in. He didn't. And all of a sudden, Neil came out of front and started shooting.
When Neil Zumberg sat down to speak with the detectives, he agreed with Jennifer on a single point. Their dispute was, at least in part, about deer. Beyond that, their stories diverged.
All right, Neil, and we'd like to talk to you about what happened tonight, kind of what spurred you on. I'm not New Brighton, I work for Perilous. Okay?
Like I said, I mean, it's not that I just went, oh geez, I'm gonna go kill this guy, just flipped out.
Neil explained that Todd and Jennifer were the problem. He asserted that Todd Stevens habitually urinated on his family's yard, made threats from across the street, and sometimes plowed snow onto the Zumbergs' property. Neil recounted occasions spanning several years when New Brighton police responded to domestic disturbances at their home. He said Todd routinely locked partner Jennifer out of their house. On one occasion, in 2008, police responding to a domestic disturbance shot Todd Stevens with a stun gun. He complained about Todd's drinking, accused him of passing out on his yard with some frequency, and threatening Neil and his family with violence. Most concerning, Neil said, was that Todd was known to carry a handgun. Specifically, Todd held a .38 in the cell phone case worn on his belt, despite not having a license to carry a weapon.
Like every weekend, they would go out and go in the house, these guys would get drunk, and they'd be out with guns, they'd carry guns on their sides. The New Brighton police know this.
Jacob's arrest was the last straw for the Zumbergs. When
Way
Paula saw
too into
Jennifer
it, buddy, and
returning
haven't
home,
said a
she
word.
told
Good
her
luck. What do
husband
you
that she
mean?
was going outside to give Jennifer
What?
a piece of her mind. The women began yelling at each other. from
Way
across
too
the
into
street.
it, buddy, and haven't said a word. Good luck. It's because no one's been talking to me. What do you mean?
Next thing you know, they're swearing back and
Appreciate
forth.
it, though.
They carried a gun and stuff, and they're screaming.
Thanks to the well wishes.
I told my wife not to go out there.
At some point during the argument, Todd came out of the house and stood next to Jennifer. Upon seeing Todd leave his house, Neil retrieved his shotgun, went to the basement, climbed through a window, and peered around the corner of the house towards Todd and Jennifer. Camera footage showed Neil peek out from around the corner of his house 5 times.
I just chanced myself right there.
And I was watching, making sure and that they weren't gonna shoot my wife or something. And it just happened.
Did you see anything that made you feel like he was in danger?
Well, he had his arms like this, and then he kind of
Look
went
at
down
Toke,
like
chat.
this, and I just, I don't know, I mean, fully automatic, it just kept it all hot.
He fired 4 shots in quick succession, hitting Todd 3 times and hitting Jennifer once as she ran back into the house. Neil unapologetically told the BCA investigators that he hoped Todd would be all right. He also told them that he had done them a favor.
Give me a medal here.
Definitely did them a favor.
The police were going over there all the time, right? Because of the domestic stuff.
Come on.
Yeah, just hopefully he's all right. I got a feeling he's not.
After the shots were
Let's
fired,
go do this
Paula
elite clue,
Zumberg
boys.
drove from the scene.
How did you react? Did you talk to
She just flipped out, and I told her to get the hell out of the house.
She did. Did she drive him or go home?
According to Jennifer, Paula was far from shocked by what had occurred. In fact, she
kill a
claimed
hellhound?
that Paula was
Whoa.
actively encouraging her husband to fire the weapon. It seemed to Jennifer that Neil and Paula had planned the attack.
I mean, if
And
you
Paula
insist.
kept telling Neil, shoot, 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 shoot. So I think they had it planned out. That's how I feel.
If what Jennifer told the BCA was correct, Paula Zumberg was almost certainly an accomplice in what was potentially a premeditated murder. Neil Zumberg was promptly arrested and charged with attempted murder and first-degree murder. His wife Paula was subsequently charged also for aiding and abetting murder as well as assault. After Jennifer was released from the hospital, she began making her case to the media. It was only 3 months after the shootings when Paula Zumberg went to trial.
Stepped out, we heard this bam! All of a sudden he just started shooting. And I said, run. Todd said, he's got a gun. And Todd ran to right there. And Todd said, he shot me. That's the last words he said. He was still shooting, and the bullets were coming through the house, and the window broke. Todd was laying there, and he just
So the
kept
Sapphire
shooting
old man
and kept shooting. My life is done without him. This place is not a home anymore. It's a death house.
Paula's case was decided by Ramsey County District Judge Leslie Ott Merrick. The trial was a short one. The state's case rested on essentially two factors.
I should have brought a toast
that
out.
Paula
I don't know
called
why I
out
didn't.
to her husband, encouraging the shots as he fired, and the murky camera footage of the incident. The footage has no audio, but it does show Paula standing in place as a shotgun is fired at her back. She does not drop to the ground. She does not run for cover. The state argued her response was unnatural, unless, of course, she had anticipated the gunshots. They argued that she knew exactly what her husband was doing. Following the presentation of the surveillance video, the proceedings came to a surprising end after Paula Zumberg's lawyer, Gary Wolf, told the judge that neither she nor her husband would take the stand in the defense's case. Wolf argued that Jennifer lied on the witness stand and was acting out of vengeance by accusing Paula of telling her husband to keep shooting at them. They pointed out that Jennifer had made no mention of Paula's behavior on the night of the shooting, but rather added those details to her account the following day. Paula's DNA was not found on any of the shotgun shells or the gun itself, only Neil's was. Even if she had yelled out to shoot, there was no proof that Neil Zumberg would have heard.
Look how they have
over
the
the
fucking
loud
serial
gunshots.
number on that. They just
Nor
literally
was
used to
there any
scratch it
evidence
into
that the
it.
state could produce showing that Paula knew
Oh,
ahead
dude,
of
that's an
time
old
that her
fucking.
husband
That's
was
an
going to
old
open
semi
fire
right there.
on
Holy
May
shit.
5th.
That's an old
Paula
ass
was
rifle.
acquitted of all charges.
She
was sent home.
just scratched the
Paula had
serial
spent
number into
100
it. That's
days
crazy.
in county jail. Later that year, Neil Zumberg also went to trial. His case would be heard
That's
by a
fucking
jury.
crazy.
The defense argued that Neil's actions were in self-defense. The jury heard about threatening behavior by both neighbors to each other over the years, which included death threats. Witnesses testified to seeing gun gestures that Todd Stevens made with his hand towards the Zumberg's property. Neil took the stand in his own defense.
Wait a minute,
He
it's old.
testified
What
that
the
after
fuck?
he learned of the confrontation between his son Jacob and his neighbors on the 29th of April, he had parked a
Holy.
block from his home and entered his house through a window out of fear for his safety. Concerned that hostilities would escalate further, he retrieved a 12-gauge shotgun from his basement and taught his wife Paula how to use it. He then loaded the gun with 4 shells, each containing 8 pellets of buckshot, removed the trigger lock, and placed the gun under the living room couch. When Jennifer returned home that night, Paula went outside to confront her. Neil watched the confrontation through the living room window. As the argument escalated, he retrieved the shotgun and snuck outside. From his position at the side of his house, roughly 145 feet away from where Paula was arguing with Todd and Jennifer, he saw Todd threaten his wife. In an unexpected development,
Craft and
the
nature
defense team
rune?
argued that because Neil had grown up with a deaf younger brother, the 57-year-old had learned at an early age to read lips. After about 1 minute using his apparent lip-reading skills, Neil testified that he thought he saw Todd say, "I'm gonna kill that." Neil said that he saw Todd reach for his belt where he had known him to carry a gun. Then he raised his shotgun. It just kept going off, he said.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a semi-auto and you're holding the trigger. Yeah,
Neil
man.
testified that he intended to stop
Keeps
Todd
loading rounds
Stevens
for you.
and did not intend to hurt Jennifer Clevin at all.
Pretty
Todd
crazy.
Stevens was found to have a phone holder attached to his belt, but he was not armed when Neil Zumberg shot and killed him.
Pretty nuts.
Jurors began their deliberations at 11 a.m. following closing arguments. They returned verdicts by 2 p.m. the same day, even after fitting in an hour lunch break.
And it is guilty on all 4 counts against Neil Zumberg.
But the Mets are crushing right now. Yeah, I seen that. Someone hit a grand slam. I can't remember who it was. Vientos? I think it was Vientos who hit a grand slam.
How Neil had been able to see Todd clearly enough to read his lips, but so poorly that he also believed his cell phone was a gun.
A reasonable person, if they think that their wife is in imminent danger, would have ran out of the house, the front door, screaming, saying, "Get back, get over here. I think he has a gun." He didn't do any of them.
Also, it appeared from the camera footage that Todd Stevens had his arms crossed at the time that the gunshots were fired. He did not appear to be reaching for anything.
Vientos.
At his sentencing hearing, Neil Zumberg left the court with one last surprise. He admitted to perjuring himself on the stand. In a 20-minute speech, Neil spoke of the happy times that he had shared with his neighbors before the feud began. He apologized to Jennifer and the rest of Todd's family. "I want Todd's family to know how deeply sorry I am for the pain I've caused them. If I could trade places with Todd, I would. I'm sorry.
Hope I'm doing well. I'm alright, man.
To die."
Just waiting
Neil
for work
claimed
tomorrow.
to have been coached
you know?
by his lawyer to give false testimony. He could not read lips. He did not genuinely believe that Todd was reaching for a gun when he opened fire. Neil was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole. The judge handed him an additional 15 years for the attempted murder of Jennifer Devereaux Clevin.
All I could say to him is, I don't forgive you, I never forgive you, and I hope you ride in hell.
Paula Zumberg sold the family home on Knollwood Drive to fund her husband's legal defense. Looking back, Paula Zumberg told a local news outlet that the family should have moved away years earlier, as her husband had once considered. But she said, "This could happen to anybody. I can't think of anything we could have done to change it." And that was the tragic case of Jennifer Clevin and Todd Stevens. If you like how
That's crazy. Work is overrated, for real? Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, man. Motherfuckers who say they enjoy their work, they be lying, bro. Unless they're doing some like volunteer shit, you know? Some what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Oops. I gotta look it up. One second here. I just got a message I gotta answer, or an email I gotta answer. Give me a sec. I'll continue my thought. Um. Okay. Oh, I'm waiting for my feed pics to make me rich. If Fair enough, dude. You and me both. You and me both, dude. And also, philanthropist is the word I was trying to say before. Sorry, I had to send an email. Philanthropist. Philanthropist was the word I was thinking of. Okay. Actually, no, I don't even want the shanty pass. Fuck. I guess I mean I'll need it, but when I go over here, rip. Waiting for your feed pics to make you rich, bro. You and me both, man. Jesus. Yeah, it's a pretty nice feat, you think? It's a straight W for you. Straight W for you, man. Telling me, something tells me you got a foot fetish, brother. My man's low-key a freak. My man's a low-key a freak on the side. Yeah, you only got. My RuneScape shoe collection is loaded though. That show is funny. That was funny. But you only got shoes though. It was actually funny as fuck yesterday. Chat, if you guys haven't done so already, I highly suggest watching the new Penguin TV show. Absolute gas. Fucking super good TV show. Go do this elite clue real quick, hopefully. What step are we on? This is step 5. Uh-oh. Bamboo. Camtorms. I think that's gonna be in like the little like dwarf area, right? Yeah, it is too, actually. Holy shit, how did I know that? Oh my god, I'm a fucking nerd if I'm starting to figure this shit out without even actually knowing where I'm going. Insane. Yo, Bub, what's up, dude? How you been, man? Long time no see. How's life? Shit, I've been good. You know what I just found out? What did you find out? Oh fuck, I'm going the wrong spot. Are there penguins in Canada? Fuck no, dude. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Your dad's out here just slaying some MILF pussy. You gotta walk up to your. I guess you can't really walk up to your dad because you probably still love your mom and shit. But be like, yo, dad, fuck props to you, homie. Get some, dude. And then you gotta ask him, be like, yo, am I having another brother or what? Gotta work on that, man. Dad'll have a good laugh. You guys will have a strong bond. Trust me. Yo, dude, even more than sit there and dap your fucking dad up, dude. Be like, yo, you the fucking man, bro. What the fuck? Get you some, dude. Dude, you gotta be celebrating that shit with homeboy. Come on now. You gotta be dapping that man the fuck up. You beat me to it? Yo, let's go, dude. Your dad's a legend, man. Fuck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking awesome. And my best friend's mom. You're just like, what? You're wondering why your dad's always letting you like sleep over at your best friend's house and shit. You wake up in the morning like, Dad, you're already here to pick me up. What the hell? You came super early. He's just like, yeah, yes I did. Yeah, I showed up just early enough to pick you up, son. Yeah. No, I actually have to go do a quest to do this. That is actually insane. Me and this motherfucker have been playing Fortnite in 2021 and he was just banging his mom in the other room. That's all I'm saying, bro. Your dad could have been getting slurped up, bro, and you're sitting there just playing some Fortnite, and your dad's just like, "Oh, dude, I love my son. He's the man." Setting me up with his best friend, his mom. Do you low key want to try to have kids around the same time as the friends? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, son? What's up, Rocky? Mention it now. There was always been this like sudden boom from upstairs every once in a while. Dude, your dad was just fucking rearranging this broad's guts when you're playing your games, dude. You had no clue. God damn, bub. You gotta give your old man a pat on the back. Give him a good pat on the back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Perilous Moons guide.
Sean, go up and
Furthermore, it's
read
been
the
out for a
chat,
few
brother.
days now, and Now, you should be relatively familiar with the content as you have to do a run-through of the bosses during the quest, but I'll pretend you don't really know much because maybe you space-barred and didn't pay attention. So one nice tip as you're in the lobby is if you ever get lost or confused about where you're going, I highly recommend opening up the world map, and you see these little yellow squares? They will show you what door will lead you to where. So let's say you want to get to the Blood Moon boss, okay? If you hover your cursor over this yellow square, you find, oh, this is the door I need to get there. So if you ever get lost, just use the world map and utilize these yellow squares. Now, one really great thing about the Perilous Moons is you do not need any of your own supplies. As you can see, my inventory is totally empty, so this is very Iron Man friendly. That being said, let's talk about prepping. Personally, if I am at the start of a run, I am going to go to the Earth chamber. So I'm going to go through the northwestern chamber, and I'm going to run down to this cooking stove campsite area to the southwest. Okay, so once you're here, you are going to right-click the supply crate, and you are going to take from Herblore supply crate. It's going to give you a pestle and mortar and some vials of water. You're then going to collect from these grubby saplings, and go ahead and use your pestle and mortar on the moonlight grubs, and then use the paste on the vials of water. This is going to make a
Yo, dude, that's something you can hold over your buddy's head out for the rest of his life. Be like, yo, my dad was fucking plowing your mom. Yeah, you guys ever get into a fight or something? That should be your go-to, bro, right there. You know? You guys ever get into a fight? That's your go-to right there. Right there, bro. On God. On God, dude. My dad was fucking your mom. Buddy just comes back. My mom said your dad had a little dick. We already have fought? Oh, shit. Hopefully you pulled that out on him. If you didn't, I'm disappointed. My dad said your mom had pancake nipples. Say some shit like that.
Moonlight potion. A moonlight potion is basically a super combat that boosts your defense even higher than that, and it also restores some prayer. And again, this is totally free to make. Now, from here, as far as food goes, you have a couple of options. You can either catch lizards or you can catch fish. Now, I prefer lizards. So that's what I'm going to show you, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, so again, on the crate, take from hunting supplies, and you're going to come over to these rocks. Click on a trap rock for each of these, and it's going to kind of set up this little trap, and then click on rustle bush, and these lizards are going to run out. They're going to get caught in the trap, pick them up, and repeat this until you got about 9 of them in your inventory. So do this 3 times. Now, this is why I personally think lizards are superior to fish, at least for your initial prep. As you can see, I've got 9 raw
Hundreds
monsters.
and 98. Let's go, Sean.
When you cook them, they are going to break down into 3 pieces of food each. So that to me just makes it clearly superior to fish. But again, it doesn't really matter. The fish and the lizards heal the same, so whatever your preference is. A couple more things before we do get into the bosses. Kind of about
bro, that's so
prepping
funny.
or,
My man's
managing
just
your
getting
hit
it.
points and your
I
prayer.
feel bad for your
When
friend,
you are
kind of.
in between
His mom's such a
fights,
whore.
make sure you right-click on the cooking stove and click on Make Cuppa. This will fully restore your run energy. And then, as far as your prayer points
What a
go,
fucking whore.
you're going to see these moonlight moths floating around. Now, these are going to be huge for keeping your prayer up. Now, I want to mention this nice and early because, unfortunately, they do have a decently high requirement for Hunter. So, in order to catch moonlight moths, you need 75 Hunter to catch them with the net, or 85 Hunter to barehand them. Assuming you have at least 75, what these do is they will heal you about 20 prayer
Smoke
points
fast for
per
sure.
piece. So when you are in between bosses,
wild.
you can click on Catch Moonlight Moth and get a bunch of prayer points. Now, one piece of advice, because they're kind of hard to see, if you're on Runelite, which you're probably on Runelite, hold down the Shift key and right-click the Moonlight Moth and click on Tag All. That'll make them easier to see. So in between bosses, make sure you catch these moonlight moths to fill up your prayer. Now, I want to mention that nice and early because if you don't have the hunter level required, which again is at least level 75, you're going to want to make more potions. These moonlight potions will be your prayer potions. But if you can catch the moths, that kind of upkeeps your prayer pretty well. So I wanted to mention that now because if you don't have the hunter for the moths, make sure you get extra herblore supplies and you make quite a few potions because those are going to be your prayer pots instead. Now, you can kill the bosses in whatever order you like, but this is my preferred order as I feel like it just flows the best. So to start, assuming you prep in the Earthbound cave like I did, you're going to run to the south to this cave entrance right here. This is going to take you over to the water cave. And now, obviously, you can start here as well. If you choose to do fish instead of lizards, you would grab the fishing supplies, and then you would catch the fish from this spot right here. Either way, I like to come to the south here and pass through this entrance. I'll show you it on the map if you'd like. It's pretty much the center southernmost door in the stream-bound cavern. This is going to take you to the Eclipse Moon. So as we get into the mechanics of the bosses themselves, the first piece of advice I want to give is do not Prey Melee. Jagex has confirmed that Prey Melee does not do anything, so please do not be the guy in the room that's praying melee. Now, all three of the bosses are going to have a couple of their own special mechanics each, but one thing that's consistent is that they will follow a clockwise pattern on the circles on the floor. Now, I would highly recommend, if you're new to this and you don't want to get overwhelmed, before you enter the room, take a look, and you'll notice that you can kind of see if a special attack is happening in the room before you enter. Instead, if you're new to it, I would highly recommend waiting until you see the circles on the floor highlighted, because if you do that, you know that it's not in the middle of a special attack, and then you can go in. Now again, for each of these bosses, they are going to move in a clockwise pattern, and you're going to want to make sure you're standing on the highlighted circle on the floor, otherwise you'll take rapid damage. So again, apart from following the highlighted tiles on the floor, let's look at the special attacks. Each of the bosses is going to have 2 unique special attacks. The first one we're going to look at for the Eclipse Moon is the the one where it teleports you to the middle, and it'll just keep spawning over and over. What you have to do is you have to click and look in the direction that it is spawning from, and if you are facing it when it attacks you, you will parry it, if you will. The best advice I could give for this one is, as quickly as you can, look towards the boss, and as soon as you see your character kind of start your attack animation, you can go ahead and click to the next one. I found it very useful to click like really close to the boss to make sure that I'm, facing the right direction.
This is stupid.
Like I said, this one will just take a little bit of practice, to get the timing right. But I would look for your character's attack animation to start, and then you can, change your direction to the next one. After you finish with that special attack, the highlighted circles will always resume on the northeastern circle. It's then again going to continue around in a clockwise motion. It'll do a total of 3 circles, and then the next special attack will begin. The next special attack is one in which the boss will spawn a moon shield, and this one is real easy. You just gotta walk with the shield in a circle pattern around the boss. One tip that I have for this one, the shield will move at a walking pace, so, you can keep up with it well by walking. I would recommend control clicking. If you have your run energy turned on, if you hold down the control key and click, you will walk. So if I were you, get yourself lined up with a shield, and then control click, and you can just walk right alongside it, nice and easy. And once you finish the moon shield phase, the highlighted circle tiles will begin again on the southwesternmost circle, and the pattern will continue. Okay, so once you've completed the Eclipse Moon boss, it is going to put you in the Earthbound Cavern. From here, you can run directly east to this door, and that will take you to the Blue Moon. Once again, with the Blue Moon boss, the highlighted circles will follow a clockwise pattern, and let's take a look at the first special attack. The first special attack is the Frozen Weapons one. 3 ice chunks are going to spawn, and you have to break the one that is highlighted. You will see a highlighted blue circle underneath it, and all you can do is kick the frozen weapons, and be sure to step away whenever you see the little icicles spawn. Once you've done enough damage to it, you will get your weapon back, which that's why you're kicking it, is it stole your weapon. Then just hang out in the middle. Generally, you'll be quite safe in the middle of the room. And once the phase is over, the highlighted circles will resume in the northeastern spot. From there again, the highlighted circles follow a clockwise pattern, and once you get to the southwestern tile, it will start the next special attack mechanic, which is the, you can call it the brazier phase, if you will. There is going to be a brazier on the far western and eastern side of the room, and you have to go light to the braziers, doing your best to dodge the tornadoes the entire way. Now, if you're using a gear setup similar to mine, I would highly recommend doing this. if you have high level gear, you can actually just ignore this. If you don't light the braziers, the boss will heal, but it doesn't really heal that much, to be honest. So it's kind of up to you. If you're feeling lazy, you don't really need to do
just
this.
light the brazier.
But if your gear is low level and you don't kill it very fast, you should probably do it. Once you have finished the brazier special attack mechanic, the highlighted tiles will resume on the south-southwestern circle. Once the blue moon is dead, you are going to spawn in the ancient prison. Now, here is another vital tip for not using supplies. Kind of like how I, caught the butterflies. Right-click this cooking stove and click on Make Cuppa. When you do that, it'll regenerate your run energy to full, which is really nice. Then head just a little bit to the south and you'll see more of these moonlight moths. Be sure to catch those. You may want to turn on prey melee for these sulfur nagwas. And then once you've caught enough of the moths to get your prayer back to full, run to the northeast and go through this entrance. This is going to take you to the Blood Moon, without a doubt, the most problematic of the three bosses. Now, the reason why the Blood Moon boss is the worst is because it heals a lot, and the amount that it heals is as follows. When it attacks you, it'll have 3 hit splats. The damage it does on the first hit splat heals itself 1-to-1. So if it hits a 5, it'll heal 5. The second hit will heal 1-to-2. So if it hits a 5, it'll heal 10. And the third hit splat heals 1-to-5. So if the third hit splat hits you a 5, it'll heal itself 25 health. Now, here's the good thing about it. If any of the attacks hit a 0, the rest of the attacks will hit a 0. So if the first hit is a 0, hits number 2 and 3 will also be a 0. That being said, it is actually quite helpful to be tanky for the Blood Moon boss. With the Blood Moon boss, it really can make the kills super slow if your defense is low and it does a lot of damage to you, because it's just going to heal so much. So having as high of defense and as good of armor as you can going into this will be helpful for this boss. Alright, let's take a look at the first special attack of the Blood Moon boss. This one is really easy. Blood pools are going to spawn on the floor, and all you have to do is walk around and make sure you're not standing in them. And then, of course, the highlighted circles will resume on the northeastern spot after this special attack. Now, the Blood Moon's other special attack is, without a doubt, the thing that I get asked about the most on how to avoid being damaged here. There's going to be some jaguars, and you need to find the one that has highlighted tiles and go attack that one. Now, if you stand next to the jaguar, you take damage. But if you step back, you take damage from the blood pool. So what do? Well, you step back and forth at just the right time. It's a little bit difficult to describe the timing. Hopefully, by watching me do it, you can kind of get an idea of the timing. It's one of those things you're just going to have to get the feel for. I guess one tip maybe that I could give to look out for, when the blood spawns behind you, it kind of lands on the floor and then spreads out a bit. I would say the tick after it's done, like, spreading is when you
DoorDash real quick. Do you think?
So yeah, hopefully, again, watching me do it will hopefully give you an idea yourself, and then you're just going to have to go practice it. But yeah, just find the highlighted jaguar, step back, and then click on the jaguar to step back forward at just the right time, and you won't take any damage. In fact, by hitting the jaguar, you'll heal yourself. And there you have it. You have killed all 3.
Well, I'm debating whether I should go get a Bandos chest plate right now. Oof. Bandos chest plate, 29 mil. Do I do it? Should I make the upgrade? Do I do it? Interesting. Oops, I'm gonna take those. AJP. You know what? I'm just gonna invest in a Dragon Warhammer, I think. Fuck it. I don't have any crash weapons. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what we gonna do. Go do some finish this quest, Perilous Moon, so we can finish this elite clue. And then go back to Vorkath. Decent little bit of magic XP here too. Love to see it. And 3 mil. Yeah. What's good? What's up? Yeah, what's up? You need me to turn that thing for you? Yeah, I got you. No worries. Bye. Okay, I just needed it for the convenience, so I'm just throwing the extra little bit in. I don't even care. There we go. Sick. Okay, well, after that expenditure, we have to sell these. We still have like a nice, cool 10 mil in there. We have a nice, cool 10 mil in here still. Like, what the fuck? How much in bones? 2 mil in bones still? That's huge. We just got a huge weapon for the account, boys. Let's go. Nice little upgrade, you know? Oh, shit. Here we go, baby. We got our casket. Huge, man. 36-22, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hate work. That's 5 elite. 2 hard. 7, 11. 27 clue scrolls completed so far. We're stacking them, boys. Let's see here. Use the talus. What? Okay, like southeast. I don't understand. Go away. Can't stop catching fish. Jay Ski, what's up, dude? Just got off early. Yo, it's sick. Gonna run some Zelda and chill. Yo, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. What game? What Zelda game? Down for a fucking talk, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, cheers, boys. You still haven't beaten that, eh, Jay? Wow. I thought you beat that shit already. That's crazy. Oh, it's a whole open world? Fair enough. Dark ink outfit I'm trying to get? Dark link outfit? From like Arcane, not Arcane Time. Twilight Princess? Oh, that looks so dope. What the fuck? No work? Not today's a holiday in Canada. Today is a holiday. So the blue moon's first? Okay. Happy Canada Day? That's Thanksgiving, but yeah, I appreciate that. So, what do we do here? I can't remember what this guy does, honestly.
Moon. In a weapons one. First special attack. The first special attack is the frozen weapons one. 3 ice chunks are going to spawn, and you have.
Okay. Just dodge that. Wait, is there someone in here? What the fuck? There's already someone in here. What the hell? Dude, what the fuck? I didn't know I didn't know there could be people in there. That's crazy. That's odd. Yo, what's up, Almighty? How you doing, bro? World Switcher does feel like World 420. There's two people in there again. I didn't even see them. Like, what the fuck? What's up with that, bro? I don't understand that shit. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Get them, bitch. Let's go. Let's go, baby. $6.56. Damn. unfortunate. I don't know. Ugh. Relatively. No, fuck. No. Oh no. Oh no. I'm fucking up here. My timing's so off. No. Oh my god, thank you. Holy fuck. Huge. Huge. Absolutely huge. Yuma, no. Oh shit. Ooh, get over here. Oh no. I hate this shit. This is stupid. Perilous Moon's quest complete, boys. Let's go. Huge. Perilous Moon's quest complete. BRB, do you think, Sean? Hey there, bud. Hey there, bud. We got some lateral darts. Cool bosses. I'll kill those sometimes for sure. I'll kill them sometimes for sure. So what do I gotta do? We killed over boys. Yeah, Squirter, what's up?
¿Qué pasa, chicos? So recently Falcon confirmed is Watson is going to sub for the Zero in BLGS because Zero didn't receive his visa yet. Same thing happened with the Team Dojo because Jen also didn't receive his visa yet, so they are also looking for the sub in BLGS. Now let's start the video with Sweet and Spike's argument.
I'm looking. I'm playing. Can we just fight them? Yeah, I'm here. My Bengal landings are above our Jen. I'm playing our Jen. I'm jumping on. Can we jump on them? My Bengal. They have a Newcastle one on. Chill. I'm picking left. Yeah, almost back. Bro, why am I mostly reloading? I got shot in the back. Newcastle 100. Bro, what? Nice. Find you. Wait. I just got shot in the back the whole time. If I had a better bolt, I just killed 2 of them. Yeah, stop. You gotta stop smoking like that. Why? We've talked about this a lot. It's not worth it. Because smoking on us is so much better because then we can't be shot from anywhere at all. What do you mean? I was like doing it to kill the rat underneath them. Yeah, but you don't need to smoke them. Oh, you? I mean, I could like walk around the wall. The issue was the gen. Like the gen was just like eating it. So 3 dudes on a Newcastle wall. Sweet. You literally are 175 HP. You watch the bang peek top right. You get back into cover. It's still I'm dodging my bang ult, Sykes. You can't even. My bang ult is all over me. What do I do right after that, Sykes? Dodge my own bang ult. You literally run out and you literally just run backwards. It's fine. Yeah, I crouch and dodge my bang ult. If you know your bang ult is there, just sit on the wall and chill for a second. You saw the guy peek. There was no need to slide up towards your own bang ult. Like what? Like Sykes, I didn't. I peeked right and then I went back. You're calming if we can fight. I went back because my bang ult was all around me and I dodged it. What are you saying? I'm watching your POV. You see them slam in the Newcastle. There's a good smoke in the middle of the street. You're 175 HP. So I run through my bang ult, stun myself 3 times. Is that what you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Sweet, what do you want me to do? Listen. You're telling me Sykes to play slow when your whole point is that we need to push them. You are fucking bricked. You are genuinely bricked, Sykes. Your entire point is that you want to push them, but now you're trying to mansplain to play slow. Open my stream. Mansplain. Open the stream. No, 2 more games. Watch after. Watch after. Tweaking out. Sykes, you literally are trying to have both sides of it. You're telling me that now I need to play slow and not go in my bang ult. That is not what I was saying at all. You said the reason that you got one shot, you just ran in the open. I don't know what's happening, Sykes. I have no clue. Yes, you do. You saw everyone. All right, where we at? Yo, just drop and go next game. Oh my God. You're literally looking at the people shooting you and you're jumping in the open. Bro, Jesus Christ. I would have killed him, bro. Like, relax. We're on the POI. We went last one. Guy is actually tripping. Drop it. Go next.
Was I yelling? Dude, I have no idea. Dude, I signed up as a sub for them, assuming I would never have.
Oh, yeah, this doesn't have the spell autocast. Move! Oh no, I died. I didn't have my spell autocast selected. Fuck. Whatever. Unfortunate. Alright, I'm out of here.